Okay, it's taping now. All right, so next week, Thursday, the 10th, it's your cycle test. It's plant tissue. I'll put everything on Moodle. In fact, it's already there, but plant tissues, organs, support and transport. So it's that last section of work that we did last term just before we went on holiday, because we haven't written anything on that yet. All right, but don't panic, people who came now, because I'm going to revise. So tomorrow, you need to bring anything that you've got. I'm sure some of you printed stuff at home. Maybe, yes? All the worksheets and everything that you did, bring everything. The other thing that we need to finish, do you remember just before March lockdown, we started, scaling and magnification.
Oh, no. Yes.
So we're going to redo, that's not in the test.
Okay.
All right? And then we're going to do that afterwards. And then we're going to go on to animal tissues. All right? And that's also support and movement, so skeleton and how the joints and the muscles work. And then we've actually done ecology already.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to pick up on things from there. And I want to do an essay with you. We need to do, I'm thinking of doing a case study, but I mustn't load up the marking too much. They've told us, don't load up your marking. But I want to do an essay definitely. I'm thinking of a case study. What's worrying me is if we do animal tissues and skeleton, to go into an exam and not having written a test on that, that's a bit of something that I need to talk to them about, because we're not supposed to give other class tests. But I'm going to see what I can do there, or maybe we can do last year's as a worksheet or something like that. Okay, so you're not going to go into the exam blind, all right? So it's the exam I'll put all this on Moodle. Exam at the end of the year is plants, tissues, support, transport, all that stuff, the botany stuff. Then it's also going to be animal tissues, support and movement, ecology, and then remember we did biodiversity, the classification keys. That wasn't long. And then it was, what's the common old, not human. The one where we did a little bit about fossils and the movement of the tectonic plates. I'm just forgetting the name in the textbook right now. It's gone. Okay, so please bring in all the tissues, the plant tissue stuff tomorrow, and your scaling and magnification stuff. You're going to revise plant tissues, then we'll move on to scaling and magnification. All right, so just to make my life easier so that I can see instantly who's not here, I just want to quickly draw a map. There's no one new in this class, eh? There's only in the other class. Alrighty. So it's 10 choice 1.
I'm so sorry.
The other girl, it's Shanae Malvin. Shanae Malvin. She's in my class. She's come from forward. So we've got 5, 1. What am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 3. This I don't need. All right, Emma, where are you hiding? These masks. Okay. So Emma Chaplin, Emma Diggs. Okay. 3rd row. All right. James, I saw you now. Where are you there? Okay. Okay, and Hannah. And Kamei at the back. And what I'm going to do now, and I've got lots of stuff to hand back to you. Take them there. So, okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So there's 3 people not here. Okay, Michaela at the back.
I wasn't trying to be rude, I just forgot my name.
It's okay. I've forgotten most people's names, believe me. Grade 9s, I don't know who they are at the moment. Okay, Hannah McCarroll, right. I haven't seen them yet. Tomorrow I'm going to have to, Luhumo, were you? Right. Priyasha, okay. Erin, for you, yeah. And Zipporah, not here. Jamie in front. Dylan, not here. Erin Pullinger. Oh, sorry. Yes. Erin Moore, no. Not here. Okay, Londiwe. Okay, Jamie Seal. Okay. So you without it's AM.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Sasha, you were you now there. And Annika, right. Okay. So these are the people that are absent. Do you know if they're coming back or not that they have to?
Who's
I'm just
absent?
asking. Hey?
Zippy, Dylan, Aaron, Black.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Okay.
know.
All right. Doesn't matter. I'm just asking. All right. So I've got lots of stuff here. Now, I seem to have 15 of the plant tissues notes. These ones are the ones that I printed. When you were coming back, and then only some people came back in the middle. So please don't take if you've already got these. So who needs? You remember the front one, the introduction, where I then asked you to sit and look at a plant. I normally do that here. I've got a lot of plants back. Who does not have this? But please don't take if you got it from me when you came in the middle. When you came back, please do not take it.
No, we got it. Oh, yeah.
The people who are here, in my, I don't know, maybe. It's this one, the front one.
I think we got it. Oh, no, no, no. If we came to school, you have it.
Other people. Okay, then I gave you my summary table, so I'm assuming it's the same thing. Just the tickle from talking too much. Now I've got some extras. Okay. All right, then my little botany photo worksheet, the one that you must look at in color. This was just to try and see what you can see under a microscope slide. Okay. But you all did this. Okay. So I'm not going to revise, I'm going to teach the whole section again. No. All right, then lots of stuff. Okay. All right, the prac. Remember you did a prac on enzymes.
Yes.
I'm not going to hand that back because when we do the next one, then we can go over the revision. So it's here. Okay. Osmosis. Oh yes, we love osmosis.
Oh,
We really love osmosis. Okay, so some of you have got yours back. And I'll either ask people to help them or I just hand out.
I don't know.
Do they hand out in other classes?
Um,
Not really, hey? Okay, so I'll just do it. We've got time, I'm not worried about time. James.
not that one. That's when I found my niece came to me and I was going and then I just heard about your niece.
So
And
then-
my niece gave up and I was like, but I didn't write right. It was hard. I couldn't, what's the number?
Okay.
But it was like,
Okay, then osmosis 2 people. Minutes. Must be the same people. What sample last she did, okay?
Oh no, we just wondering when we're gonna get the
Yeah, me too.
Because it's now
Yeah, you do.
Do we have two biology exams? Just one.
No, just one. You'll have a prac exam and a Q. Okay.
Will the prep be part of like the exam weeks?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
Don't know. Okay. Starch bag. Remember starch bag?
My neck feels like it needs to be very I don't know what's the worst.
Sorry, you was up here.
I just wonder you just click your neck like you can't.
Oh, Zippy, who else is there? I can't see, I just see your icon.
Ma'am, I think it's just me.
Okay, hi. Sorry, I ignored you. We're just going over stuff today, handing stuff back. Okay. Sorry, it's a bit boring. Yasha?
Imagine when you click your neck and you know. You just have to
Jamie? Annika? Oh, well, I'm getting my steps today. Zippy's up on the floor and see. Okay, people. Wait. Osmosis is something that might stick around. You might get a crack or something like that on it again. So don't forget about it, okay? Why is it so difficult?
Ma'am, I don't know.
It's 4 things. What moves from where's the high concentration through what to where's the low? We did that last year. Okay? Alright, history of life on Earth. Remember that was that long worksheet we did?
That was long ago. That feels like forever
No,
ago.
but remember it was just when we went in lockdown and I chose an easy topic and I marked it because I know people don't mark this stuff nasty with this part. So yes, this is in the exam because we haven't had anything on it yet. Okay.
So will cells and mitosis not be in the exam?
No, I'm not going to put cells, mitosis, cancer,
So it'll just
biological
be like,
molecules. We've done enough
that's nice.
assessments
So
on
it'll
that.
just be like all the ecology stuff and then plant
And
tissue.
then from
animal
plant
tissue.
tissues on.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, but I like ecology. I like
Yasha,
I just do like
Zippy, Emma, and
I'm just so keen for December holidays.
Yeah, exactly. True.
I hope they open international borders.
and Jim.
Cyril, my brain is like overloaded last No, that's not. That's too much.
But you know what? I can really tell you that, hey, even though we didn't write an exam in July, I could see. It was very easy to see, you know, the progress. All right, you didn't need to write an exam. I could see with all those worksheets and the quizzes. Really, they show me what, you know, how you're coping in that. Even though we didn't write the exam, you still know about the stuff that we've done. Am I right? You understood it. So initially we thought, oh, no exam, but actually it was fine because there were lots of other little things that we did. And that's why I did osmosis 3 times, you know, that kind of thing.
Maybe
Okay.
can we do some more practice on osmosis now?
If we ever do a prac, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, then here, now these are your cycles, but I think Mr. Geez, I can't remember Mr. James' surname right now, Evans, okay. He only printed some papers, because remember we thought some people were going to write here and some at home. So I've only got one, but if you want me to print a copy, or actually it's on Moodle. Remember when we went over it? And not on Moodle, on Google Classroom. Can I leave it there and not print? I had some to hand out to my other class, but not enough. Okay. Alright, so this is the cycle that was on, what was it on?
Cells and mitosis and
Cancer, and that was it, hey?
That was it. And osmosis.
None of these, do you want me to punch them quickly?
Yes, please. Oh, that was just me. Anybody else?
I think it's you. My mouse.
Take a break, you find.
I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm saying a yes on behalf of the class.
Yeah.
Speak now or forever hold your peace. Or your piece of paper.
I went over in the video, did you go through it carefully and all of that? All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I can assume that anything that was done online last year is,
Yeah.
we're just going to revise a little bit.
Yeah, plant issue, yes.
I'm hoping to put microscopes and up, you know, to have a look, but we need to figure out how we're going to do the sanitizing. So I still need to go speak to the exec about that. Right, let's do this. Clear. Cleanse. Clear.
It doesn't even look like spring.
It doesn't. My sister and I used to, on the first year's produce and jump in the pool.
Zippy.
Not today.
Okay, Erin Moore's not here. Yasha. More. Oh, my soul. I was looking for Matthew Fuller's grade 12 test. I had an online copy. Here it is. You know why it was here? Surname. His sister's in my house. I looked at this high and low. I had online copies because it didn't scan. That's where the grey is. Okay. Erin. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Jamie. But you wrote here, so you've got a question paper. What's this one? Oh, and this is printed in the staple hand.
My parents are just, because the others up there were watching TV.
So we found that. I think that's every, no. There's none. Oh wait, there's some essays in here. That's my model. Chemistry of life test. This is my class. That was before lockdown. I think that's everything. Oh yeah, because some of the other stuff that I handed out to my other class was stuff that I did with them, but this is, oh, what's this? That's the other bit, right, then crack, so I'll be done. Okay, how much time?
It's 25 minutes.
Okay.
That was some quick enough.
No, I've just opened.
I was like, whoa, she's a smart guy.
It's just time.
That's hard.
Hannah.
Oh, it's just time. You don't know about education level of time. I'm joking. I can't believe that one. I can read on my phone. Which is the long hand? I mean, look how long hand that can be.
Okay, so when for that?
Hours or shorter than minutes.
That's a clever way to remember things.
No, I just think the word right.
Yeah?
Technically not, but that's just how I remember.
Alright, so, okay, people? You know what, when I looked again this morning, I'm really shocked how many lessons we had. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
We did.
so I put this on, it popped up this morning on your stream. So yeah, I said that the cycle test is next week, but don't panic, and then I've given the sections, and we are going to revise a bit. Have a look at all of this. I mean, all of this on Google Classroom was done on lockdown only. So, things like nutrient cycles, that I think I want to pull on that again, because that's quite a difficult, I need anyone to find like nitrogen cycle and all that.
Yeah, man, can I just do some revision on
So
that?
later,
Okay.
we're going to do some revision on that. We'll do some cracks with regard to ecology. Like I said, I want to do an essay. It's just, we're going to pull on some things there. Okay? Symbiosis with Evie. There was that, which word? That was the big one. Ecology worksheet. That was a big one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, trophic levels. Yes, I remember now. And then I started, because I didn't put it all together, and then we did biodiversity and classification, so classification keys and graphs and tables and things, the model, history of life on Earth. That I did, it follows your textbook, but remember I did a video about it. And we had lots of little videos to watch about tectonic plates and, it's a long time
Is this
ago.
in our exam as well?
Yeah, so we'll pick up on this again, and I think also by looking at last year's November exam will also help. Okay, just to jog your memory and revise some of the things. And we did a little bit about fossils, and then there was a worksheet, and then I found a better way to group everything. So cells, plants and animal cells. How did I do this? See, I started oh wait, sorry, view more. Okay, so if you go back here, I'm not going to ask this again. So, membranes, nucleus, Golgi, it pops up. You need to understand the language of it. It's not like it's gone forever, because we still look at how the cell make proteins, Golgi, ER, ribosome. We do all of that in grade 12 again. Okay, plastids you need for grade, so we've covered it, but you do photosynthesis and cell respiration in more detail in grade 11. Like I said, osmosis diffusion could pop up anywhere, okay? So we did osmosis, etc. Catch-up lessons, yeah. All right, then I get, these quizzes I think helps as well. So closer to the exam, then I can reopen the ones that would pertain to the work that you're going to study for the exam. All right, then we did mitosis and cancer. So, mitosis, gee whiz. 20 lessons. Do this in like a week. Wow. That's a little lot. Okay, so intro mitosis, mitosis. Then we marked osmosis. Then we did the cell cycle, the stages. We do that in one lesson normally. Annotations, activity, that long worksheet that I made more worksheets. Okay, mitosis gone wrong, so cancer PowerPoint, I have no idea what that is, intro going over, I had to open it, and so on and so on, okay. And then we did the socrative, that was new this year, okay. Why is it? Oh, 2 choices, they're open on different days. Alright, then we moved on to, so this is where you're going to start looking. And you can go and watch those videos again if you're not sure. So remember we did that intro to plant tissues, that tree diagram that I gave some. You know what I mean by tree diagram? The branching one, okay? So we'll go over that. Just make sure everyone remembers the main plant tissue. And I'll go through, I'll spend tomorrow and maybe the whole lesson and maybe some of the lesson on Thursday. We'll see how it goes. I think I'll use 2 though. Tomorrow tissues, and then we can start plant support, transport, and all that as well. Just once. I'm just going to go over it once. Okay, so we did meristematic, epidermal. Is it ringing bells? Yes. Cuticle. Okay. Then we started the photo worksheet, a bit of botany. Then the strengthening tissue, parenchyma, sclerenchyma. Phloem and xylem. First phloem, xylem, then phloem. Then we had quite a bit of time to put everything together. And then I started getting you to colour in things. Okay. And that crossword was new, and there was a big worksheet somewhere. This one. There's a big worksheet in here. That was new. Okay. Alright, so all the lessons from school. Right, then we did our cycle. And I'll give you a past test. Okay, so now this is plant transport and support. We normally do this in a couple of days. Okay, look how many lessons we have. because I had time to slow it down and do other things. It was actually quite nice. Alright? So, oops, go away. Okay, so check that cross from plant tissues. I gave you that transpiration worksheet. The line diagrams, we normally do them. Just spend a bit more time on that. Do you remember the tree rings and the annual rings? And I found some extra things on there. Then that plant tissues organs worksheet, that was a new one. Yeah. Worksheet, plant transport. This part is mainly in your textbook and the PowerPoint. The PowerPoint matches the textbook. Okay. So on Google Classroom here, you're going to have the normal PowerPoint, the video of me going over the PowerPoint, and you can even look at the textbook. It's up to you. Alright.
Did you upload the PowerPoint without a voice over?
Yes.
Okay.
The normal PowerPoint plus me yabbering, plus and even videos, and you can look at the textbook. Okay, and then that last couple of, I said you can do the textbook activities if you wanted. I didn't make it compulsory. You could do that now if you wanted. Alright. And there's the answers, everything's there. Okay, so after this we're going to do scaling and magnification, so later this week and next week. And then we'll start with animal tissues, and then we do support, not transport, movement. So we do the skeleton, which is quite fun, and then we do how the joints and the muscles work. And I'm going to have time now to do a little bit more there. So I thought I have a whole lot of stuff now. I want to see what I can put together. Okay, so that's where we are. We're happy.
Yes, ma'am.
So it seems like it's a lot for next week. But in actual fact, it's that table on plant tissues, and then it's the PowerPoint on support and transport. You know, transpiration and water moving up and food moving down and all that kind of thing. But we'll just bring everything tomorrow and your scaling and magnification. Okay.
Ma'am, so what's left to do for this term is just animal tissues and then scaling and magnification.
And then remember, I still want to go over other bits of ecology and essay. We're doing in class. Yeah. You know what? I need to find out. We don't know what's happening, so maybe I can do another prac. I don't know yet. So I need to get all that info first to see what else I can do. Yeah.
So our syllabus is essentially finished after animal tissues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although ecology, I'd like to do more.
Okay.
I'm even thinking of bringing in another topic, but that's still under discussion. Okay. But yeah, we've done a lot. But we're not going to sit and do nothing. I know we've got 9 weeks, and we're going to fill 9 weeks. Okay, because I've got other things that I want to do. And we need to pick up on our skills again. We didn't do enough skills.
Yeah.
All right. Are we happy?
Yes,
We're not going to rush. Okay, there's no rushing. All right. And as I said, I'd like to do another test, but I don't know if they're going to. I don't know if you want to do another one rather than going into the exam and doing all the animal tissue stuff. Okay, we'll think about that. I need to see what they're going to say. Are there any other questions?
No,
Because
ma'am.
I'm done. I think that's enough for today, but I need you to bring everything in. Okay. People at home, you don't have to stay with us. Okay. I'm going to switch off the video now as well. Okay, Zipporah?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.